I'm officially a real deal YouTuber because look at me. I'm making a video in a hotel room. I'm away on business. It is the week before Thanksgiving, which means it's time once again to take a few minutes and talk about what I'm thankful for this year in my 2022 things to be thankful for. And these are going to be in no particular order, but the first thing I want to make sure and talk about is Henry Cavill is being Superman again. I am a huge fan of Man of Steel. The rest of the DCEU, what it used to be called, right, was hit or miss for me. I like the character of Superman in those movies, like the actual character, not necessarily how he's portrayed in like the action scenes, but I really do like Henry Cavill. Like just in general, like Henry Cavill talking about any character he's playing, he cares about the character and he wants to do it right. And even just hearing the basic things that he's saying about being Superman again and what he wants to do with the role and like how he wants the character to be portrayed, I'm like, yes, thank you. And I'm so glad that we have so many like bad Superman characters now, like with Homelander on The Boys, or you know, even Black Adam from DC movies, where it's like these super powered guys, but what if they're bad? So that way we can just keep that as far away from Superman as possible. And so I'm very thankful for that. And I'm thankful that it's Henry Cavill, because that guy's awesome. And sure, you know, we lost him as Geralt in The Witcher, but you know, I would sacrifice 1,000 seasons of The Witcher to have more Henry Cavill Superman. And that might be a not popular opinion, but that's my honest take on it. The second thing I'm thankful for when it comes to this year is just the state of horror. You know, when it comes to movies, when it comes to games, there's just a lot of good stuff coming out. Like this year, there were a ton of horror movies that were, you know, okay to good, like okay to really good. And they weren't all in just like one genre, like one subgenre either. It was like we had Nope, we had Barbarian, we had Smile, Terrifier 2, a movie I'm kind of still up in the air on whether or not I want to watch it, but it's crazy that it, you know, is making the money that it did. And it really has been like all year too, like all the way back in January, we had Scream come out. The Black Phone is really, really good. And it's just really kind of been consistent all year with us getting some pretty good horror movies. And not just in movies either. Like video games and horror right now is in just a super, super sweet spot. And we just got the DLC for Resident Evil Village. And then coming up, we've got the Callisto Protocol from the people who made Dead Space originally. Then we got the remake of Dead Space coming out really early next year. And we got Resident Evil 4 remake coming out next year too. So like first quarter next year, the end of this year, we just got some great stuff. And so as a horror fan, I'm just really thankful that, you know, we're kind of past the droughts that come in some years, and we're getting to experience this just awesome time of scary content. We get real specific with this next thing. I'm thankful for the HBO show, The Rehearsal, starring Nathan Fielder. If you don't know anything about Nathan Fielder, he's really into this like kind of meta humor of like him not pranking people, but like just kind of putting people into these situations that are extremely awkward, but under like the guise of helping them out. And as crazy as his stuff in the past has been, like with Nathan For You, The Rehearsal takes things to such a crazy level. The premise is that Nathan wants to help people prepare for awkward situations in their lives or big changes in their lives, to just let them be as ready for those things as possible. So in the first episode, he is helping a guy who is going to have to kind of reveal that he's been lying to his friends for a few years about some things. And so in doing that, he goes to crazy lengths to just make these people be comfortable. And most of that comes from him helping them rehearse, which, you know, where the name comes from. And the first episode of the show is fantastic. It's like reality-ish TV, right? It's unscripted. These are real people. But it just takes some crazy, wild turns. And you're just like, this show can't get any crazier. And then it just goes in just like the most, I can't even, like, explain to you how weird it gets. A ride. It's so fun. I really don't want to spoil too much about this, but if you've ever seen any of his stuff and you liked it, you've got to watch The Rehearsal. If you've never seen any of Nathan Fielder's stuff before, there's a lot on YouTube that you can find really easily. I highly recommend trying to find the clips about Dumb Starbucks or about the Hero Pig, and those are just great places to start. The next thing I'm very thankful for this year, probably really maybe the most thankful for, is the Regal Unlimited Card that I have. And this is a service that the movie theater I go to Regal. That's what we have around me. But I believe that all of the big chains, they have similar rewards plans. But with the Regal Unlimited Card, I can go to any movie I want, and I can see as many movies I want in a week, in a day, in standard format for no extra cost. I pay up front, I think it's like $18, $19 a month, and then I can just go see as many movies as I want. And that's the whole reason I've even been able to go and see as many movies as I have this year, is because of this card. It really does make going to the movies easier to know, like, oh, I'm not going to drop like $15 on this ticket right now. Like, I think ticket prices, the average ticket price in my theater is like $12 at this point, which means if I go see 2 movies, then the card is already, I'm saving money. And I know for a lot of people, going to the theater isn't that big of a deal, but man, I love going to the movies, and just the chance to do that and an opportunity to do that where it's not breaking the bank is fantastic. So thank you again, Regal, for that one. The only downside is that you do get really tired of the ads, specifically the Pepsi no sugar. I think it's Pepsi Zero Sugar one with all the movie quotes. It's at this point for me, it's kind of gone from being annoying to kind of endearing again, because this is just so bad. Hey, you guys! But bad ads are not, I just really am happy to be at the theater. And the last big thing that I want to say I'm thankful for is the box office game. And you might not know about this. It's based off of a game that they play on the Blank Check podcast. In that part of the podcast each week, David Sims quizzes Griffin Newman and the guest on what were the top movies at the box office the week that the movie they're talking about that week came out. And Griffin is like a crazy encyclopedia mind for that kind of stuff. The average person doesn't, right? Like, I don't have, I can't pull what movie came out October 17th, 1993. Like, that's not there for me. But that's what this game does. And it's a lot of fun. I play with a couple of my friends every day. We post our scores. It's just like Wordle, because it's a new thing every day, but, talking about movies. You can find this game online, Box Office Game, but it's boxoffice.ga.me. And the bonus thing that I want to say I'm thankful for on this video is just my YouTube channel in general. I'm thankful to everybody who has been involved in anything, whether it's been a comment on a video, even just a like on something. If you've popped into any of our live streams, specifically the 24-hour live stream that I did back in August, I specifically want to thank Caleb for his help in moderating comments and everything too. Ezra, thanks for playing Fortnite with me that one time. That was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to getting back into doing some more streaming. Thank you so much to Makeup Billy, Vicky, for coming on my channel a couple of times this year. Dorkside TV, looking forward to getting to collab with you guys at some point. I don't know if I ever thought that I would meet people doing YouTube videos and would consider them like fun YouTube friends, but here we are. And I know, I just look forward to seeing what's going to happen next year, because I definitely didn't think that's what was going to happen this year at this point. All right, and so those are some things that I'm thankful for. What's the number one thing you're most thankful for when it comes to entertainment this year? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about that, and we can talk about it down there too. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving if you live in the United States. And if you don't live in the United States, I hope you have a great Thursday this coming week, or whenever you're watching this. Hey, maybe just next Thursday. I hope it's real special for you. So, all right, well, that's it from me. You take care, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.